Orlando Brown is back on Beyonce's neck again. And this time, he is spilling all the tea about how Beyonce supposedly caught a load of infections while allegedly freaking off with hella people in the industry. And guess what? This ain't no regular infection, y'all. According to Orlando, Beyonce supposedly has full-blown AIDS, and she's been living it for years. The crazy thing is, Beyonce has done a good job at convincing the world that she's this sweet girl that minds her business and doesn't involve herself in whatever mess they have going on in Hollywood. But word on the street is that she is the complete opposite. The difference between her and other folks who have been exposed is that she's just more calculated with it. But here's the thing though, there's only so much calculation she can do before people catch on. You see, as soon as people started digging into her, they found so many receipts that made Orlando's allegations hard to not believe. Let's start with those lesbian and extreme witchcraft rumors about her. Apparently, the freak-offs are actually just the tip of the iceberg. The lesbian rumors have always been around, but it took a turn for the worse when she got exposed for allegedly getting freaky with other women in a club. According to the source who spilled the tea, Beyonce was seen at The Box with 3 girlfriends, enjoying the club's risque show, surrounded by a huge bodyguard and protective curtains around their table. An eyewitness who was at the show that night said, Beyonce was really making the most of the burlesque strip show. She was on the table in the VIP balcony cheering loudly as 2 girls got naked and licked each other's feet. She stayed until 3:30 in the morning.
Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls.
And that right there was Jaguar Wright. And if you know anything about her, then you know she has never shied away from dragging Beyonce for filth every chance she gets. She is actually one of the first people to slam Beyonce for apparently being involved in heavy witchcraft. But the thing about the witchcraft rumors is that Beyonce had a hand in starting it, even before Jaguar stepped into the chat. You see, back when she started going by her infamous Sasha Fierce alter ego, she revealed that every time she used it, she felt possessed. She said, "Right before I performed for the BET Awards, I raised my hands and it was the first time I felt something else come into me. I knew that was going to be my coming out night at the award show." Anyway, in 2018, her former drummer, who had been on tour with her for years, quit her job in the middle of the On the Run 2 tour, claiming she was using extreme witchcraft behind the scenes. She said when she finally quit the tour, they was allegedly sending people to scare her into staying silent so the truth wouldn't come out. Things got so bad that she filed a restraining order against Beyonce because she was scared for her life.
Beyonce's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyonce. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances, harassing her. She's saying the Beyonce camp is put up a huge harassment campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She sought a restraining order in the past. It got denied, and she has another one scheduled for October 11th, but the internet is just like, what? Excuse me? And, you know, I was just at the Beyonce concert last week in Houston. It was definitely a religious experience.
But it gets worse. According to Orlando Brown's recent allegations, the witchcraft and lesbian freak-offs were actually just a portion of everything she's been involved in. He claims Beyonce and Jay-Z were actively freaking off with Diddy, and she ended up catching AIDS.
And yesterday, after I said, oh, Beyonce got AIDS, ask me why I wasn't dead after I said Beyonce got AIDS.
People were actually not sure how to feel about this, because as I already said, Beyonce is the last person anyone was expecting to be doing things like this. Talk less of her having AIDS. But once those receipts started getting exposed, everything suddenly began to make sense. I mean, do y'all remember that time when Rihanna's ex-publicist, Jonathan Hay, jumped on an interview and accused Jay-Z of being DL? He said he actually saw Jay-Z allegedly getting freaky with a trans woman. Mind you, he and Beyonce were still very much married at the time of this supposed incident. So people are saying there is a chance that she caught something and passed it on to Beyonce. Allegedly, of course.
You see Jay-Z with transgender women? You personally?
I have, correct. It was during the tour. It was during the tour with the Mill, DMX, Jay-Z.
The Hard Knock Life.
No.
Or maybe a different one.
Yeah, they had the documentary for it. What was that called? I'll think of it. I'll think of it here in a little bit.
Yeah, it was a documentary, backstage or the
backstage with the Mill and all that. I used to work with her, and I definitely It was unmistakable. You know, in 2024, the trans women are, you know, it can be hard, you know, like a lot of people that, you know, they don't know, but back then it wasn't as advanced, and you could clearly tell, you know, that was a guy.
Now, this is where things get even crazier. Jonathan also said Jay was doing freak-offs just like the ones Diddy was doing with Cassie. But here's the thing, though. Unlike Diddy, he wasn't paying other men to handle Beyonce. He was allegedly just letting other male celebrities do it. And apparently, Ray J, of all people, was one of them.
Is a cuckold, right? He likes to watch Beyonce with other men. Ray J, from what I heard, even before all this happened, was one of the guys that used to smash Beyonce while Jay-Z would watch.
And in case you're wondering if Jonathan is the same one who made those allegations back in the day about Jay allegedly sleeping with Rihanna, well, yes, he was the one. And he didn't hold back this time either. This time, he added extra info about how the feds reached out to him after those allegations because they were already building a whole case against Jay-Z for allegedly. He said, and I quote, "The officers clarified that they were investigating Jay-Z for allegedly engaging in activity with underage Rihanna and transporting her across international borders. They said she wasn't the only one, and there were many others. These are some serious allegations this man is making. And the fact that he's not even bothering to say allegedly has people convinced he must have receipts stashed somewhere to back up his claims. Because you don't just speak that boldly about people this powerful unless you're either fearless or you know something. And it didn't stop there, because there have also been rumors floating around for years about Beyonce allegedly messing with other men on the low behind the scenes, even though the only man she's ever been publicly posed up with is Jay-Z. One of the oldest and messiest rumors is the one about her and Pimp C allegedly having some kind of situation back in the day. So word on the street is that there was a tape of her and Pimp C, but Jay supposedly made sure C was gone before he ever got the chance to put it out.
Try to find out who was in this Pimp C tape.
All I can tell you, there was a famous R&B chick, and it was a guy that was getting money at the time. And, you know, Pimp, he used to be in the studio. And every now and then he'd have a camcorder, so he was able to get some footage. And he wanted to do something with the footage, but I don't know why he didn't do nothing with it, but if I could have got a hold of that tape, I'd be a billionaire, man. Hey, whoever it was, they would have to kill me, man. I know TMZ would have paid a bank for that one, man. But yeah, it is a tape, and if you read the comments, a lot of people figured out. Okay. A lot of people figured out because, you know, people that was in Houston at the time, they know who was a little loose, you know, as a Montana goose. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they also know who was having money at the time. So it's not really hard to figure out. But, you know,
just tell us. Just say the name.
But no, the only reason why I want to tell it is because Pimp C is not here. So therefore, I'm respecting his wishes. If he wanted to get out, maybe he would have put it out. Maybe he might have had to deal with the situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe him.
Word on the street is that the theory doesn't stop at Jay being involved. Folks claim the way it supposedly happened was symbolic and sinister. According to DJ Paul of 3-6 Mafia, Pimp's manager disturbingly described the scene, saying Pimp's body was positioned like he was praying, with blood present, which had people speculating he may have been hit in the head. Now let me be very clear before y'all run with this. Pimp C's official cause of death was documented as an accidental overdose combined with his sleep apnea. That is what the coroner ruled. So everything else is internet theory and secondhand stories, not facts. But the reason the conspiracy crowd won't let it go is because of the tension that already existed between Jay and Pimp before he passed. What happened right after the deal was cut for Jay-Z and UGK to collaborate on Big Pimpin'. According to Greg, he called Pimp up after the deal was done. But here's the messy part. The call was on speaker, and Pimp had no idea anybody else could hear him. And Pimp started going off, dissing Jay.
Meeting to go meet with Dame Dad. So we go after I leave Java, go to Rock, to the Rock. As soon as I sit down there, Dame Dash opened up his checkbook, could have checked for $1 million. I'm like, whoa. He like, I was like, is this for sure? He was like, no. He said, we want to UGK. I was like, what? He's like, we want to with your boys. That's right. So I immediately picked up the phone and called Pimp C. Because all I was trying to get was 100,000. When Dame cut that $1 million, I called Pimp on the phone like, yo, Pimp, and him and Jamal was in the house. And I could hear a tussle or some type of confrontation, right? And I'm like, calm down, bro. Y'all calm down, Pimp.
I ran up the cable bill.
They was fighting. Okay, they was fighting like hard. And I'm like, Pimp, stop whatever you doing right now. I told you what was going down with Jamal when you moved him up in there. I said, but right now, I got $1 million check for you. And all we wanted was 100,000. I was just like, who is that with? I said, with Rockefeller. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm watching Dan with the checkbook, he writing it out. He was like, ain't that with, over there with Jay-Z? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, tell him to take that check and go give it to Tupac Mama, man.
But that's not all. There were also rumors that Beyonce and Mos Def had a little fling going on back in the day. Cypher Sounds even spilled the tea about the time he spent a weekend with Destiny's Child. He said while he was cutting it up with them, he noticed that Beyonce and Mos were unusually close.
I DJ'd for Mos Def, and we went over to London for some shows, and Destiny's Child was performing there. And I don't know if you know this, and don't tell anybody if you don't, but Mos Def kind of used to mess with Beyonce.
As if things couldn't get any worse, the lawyer Ariel Mitchell-Kidd revealed in an interview that she recently got approached by a potential client who wanted her to reinsert them in the sale of a freak-off tape between Diddy and a certain high-profile celebrity. Ariel said the person in the video was more high-profile than Diddy and wasn't aware they were being recorded.
I also was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow, can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No, I
tape.
can't explain who the person was, but Mr.
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video. And I can tell the video was pornographic in nature.
Oh my, all right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, did he? And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitiously recorded it.
People immediately assumed it was Beyonce for two reasons. First, there are only a few celebrities more high profile than Diddy, and she's one of them. Second, they also said if she really had a tape with Pimp C, then their chances of her having one with Diddy wasn't far-fetched. People also brought up this interview DaBaby did, in which he talked about the time he was caught up in a private meeting with Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z at Diddy's house. As usual, people had their thoughts like this person who said, "So this could be true because I have heard many stories about Jay-Z making Beyonce smash other guys in front of him, and he would watch. There is a reason why Solange was fighting him in the elevator." Another person said, "Jay-Z has been cheating. They both admit it, so it's possible to catch something. And why did Solange beat him up so bad? Did he give her something?" But now, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Orlando exposing Beyonce for allegedly having AIDS? And do you really think that she caught it from all her years of being in all these alleged affairs? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click it to watch this other very messy video.